This is the story of a boy named Kurt. Kurt has a social media channel, and he is always active on his channel. He posts a lot of stories on his channel. He posts the story of his love, and also tells the story of his prints, and also tells that his prints have become duplicates, and also tries to make a soundtrack, and he also gives his reviews on the products, and after that, we are also shown a friend of his, whose name is Bobby. And he also has his own channel. He plays games and shows them live on his channel. Bobby has a lot of followers, but Kat's followers are much less than Babe. 80. So Kurt now wanted to be with Babe. But Bobby refuses Keith. He says that you don't come live with me. Kurt gets very angry on this, and then he leaves from there. After that, we see Kurt become a street driver because he picks up customers and takes them to their destination. Kurt has been working on social media for 10 years, but he has not had any special success yet. And this is what worries him. He sees that Bob is going so far. He has so many followers and I don't have any, and whoever has them, they don't comment on his post. After a few days, we see Kurt post a video. He says that I have a gift, with which people will comment on it, will support them, and my followers will also increase, and I will become famous. In Mexican, we see Kurt start this job. He introduces himself to everyone, then goes to the back seat of the car and shows everyone that he has a bottle of Miller water. After that, he goes to meet his mother. When he goes to meet his mother, the camera was still on and the video was being made. His assistant had called him to meet him. When he returns, he has a press in his hand, and he comes and hangs the press in his car. After that, his first customer comes in his car. This customer was going to one of his parks. When he sees a commercial in one of his cars, he asks him what is this, and tells him that I did all this just for my own safety. The customer tells him that he gives a speech in front of 3,000 people, and he is still going for the speech. Creed appreciates him a lot after hearing this. After that, they discuss it. On different topics, Creed starts driving the car very fast. The man says to drive slowly. He was very scared. Then Kurt tells him that you have a bottle of water. Drink water. Now he defends himself from that and drinks a glass of water from the bottle. Now we thought that the man would faint. But Kurt had mixed magic in this water. Now the man starts crying a lot. And at the same time he tries to open the doors of the car. He was fighting with this man, and finally he dies. Kurt was enjoying watching the man die. When the man dies, Kurt makes the victory sign here and says, "Hey man." After that, his next customer was a lady who kept her belongings inside his car. She sits in the car and is arguing with her husband on the call. She also takes the water bottle lying there and drinks it. The same thing happens to her. That lady also regains consciousness after some time. Now Kurt grabs the lady's phone and gives himself 5 stars for his driving. In the next scene, we see Kurt playing in the car. Then we see another boy come and sit on the back seat of his car. Both Kurt and this new passenger enjoy the track like mailmen. After that, Kurt gets a request from a girl. The girl's name is Jessie, who wants to enjoy his pleasure. And when Kurt goes to this girl, she cancels her request. Kurt tells her that I am a 5-star driver, so you can take a drive from me. Now this girl sits in Kurt's car. Here we see a discussion between the 3 of them. Now an argument starts between Kurt and this girl. On this girl Jessie gets angry and she drives the car. It goes from, and as it goes, the water from this bottle reaches the other sitting passenger. Both start their journey again. Kurt takes this passenger to the road of 100 people. Kurt tells him that this is a shortcut. Then Kurt stops the car, and that passenger gets out of this car. We see that Kurt wants to take the car forward and then reverses. This car goes and hits the man, and he falls to the ground. Kurt runs his car over this man and also kills him mercilessly. But before this passenger can move, he tells Kurt that the child passenger came in his car whose name was Jessie. She is a famous comedian who has a lot of followers on her account. When the guide sees this girl's account, she is really viral, and she has a lot of followers. Kurt also watches his videos where no one is commenting. Among the people who commented on him, only one of his friends was Baba. He was commenting, and he was saying in the comment that your material is very bad. He was saying that your posts are not interesting at all. Baba was criticizing Kurt repeatedly, and Kurt was not liking this at all. We see that 3 people come in Kurt's car, including a boy and 2 girls. Kurt was driving very fast, and those people were scared, but Kurt tells them that this is an adventure. You guys will be fine. I will take you guys to a place that is very dangerous, and people do not want that place if it is very crowded. These guys agree. When Kurt takes these guys to this place, he tells them that you guys should look at the views outside the window and enjoy it. A girl comes and sits next to Kurt, and the couple who was sitting behind starts looking out the window. Sometimes we see that wild animals come from outside and try to attack Kapil. They attack on the steering wheel. Kurt closes the window here. Because of this, Kapil was not able to get back inside the car and they die there. The girl who was sitting in the car was also scared. She was screaming loudly. Now Dard does his heartbreaking machine and kills this girl too. There was blood everywhere in the car. After that, we see the one who is washing the car, but when Kirchhoff sees it, there is no comment on this video either. The video that Jessie posted with her grandmother. And people were commenting a lot on her video. This makes Kirchhoff angry. He says that I am doing such great things. Still, no one comments on my video. Look at this. There are so many comments on his video, so many followers. After that, we see that when she is at home, and there is a knock on her door, so she thinks who has come to her house at that time. So this door is opened. Then the scene shifts, and we see that wherever Kirchhoff is at home, his video is playing, and wherever Babe is live. Now Grid tells Babe to tell your followers about me. Here Bobby tells everyone that Kurt was his babysitter. Kurt doesn't have that many followers, so he keeps doing cheap things to get followers, and he always tries to get 80 followers. Now after hearing all the things, Kurt comes up with something. He takes out his knife and attacks Bobby. Sometimes we see that live skimming is going on, and people are expressing their mixed opinions on it. Some people are saying that it is fake, and some people are calling it a prank, and some people are making fun of him. Sometimes he takes out a gun to protect himself. He starts shooting Kurt, but Kurt shoots him, and Bobby dies in this fight, and all this was going on in the living room. There was blood everywhere, and Kurt's face was also covered in blood. Now Kurt comes live again and tells everyone about it, that he used to talk a lot about Kurt. 80, so he killed him. After that, Gut takes a shower and shows the victory sign on the live stream. After that, Kurt gets a message from his father asking him to take him to the club. He puts his father in the car and the two of them drive away. There is a lot of discussion between car and car. Just now, a guide's father asks about the gun in the car. So Kurt says that I kept it for my safety. Then we see that Kurt breaks a lot of signals on the way. Now, when do these people finally reach the club? Cal finds a girl whose name is not like that. Now Kurt makes her sit in his car so that he can drop her at her house. Now, when he wants, he gets the same water bottle and she drinks a sip from that water bottle. After that, she starts coughing and she also faints. Now, when Carr comes back, he comes to know that Uni has drunk water from that bottle, due to which she has died or has fainted. We see the police officers who come to the car, and only then Uni regains consciousness. This girl was very scared, and it seemed to her that the police officers were also with the cat. Because she had found Kurt's gun in the car, due to which she was very scared, and with 80 guns, she could even shoot a police officer. Kurt also came back in his car. He was driving his car, and the police were chasing him. He drives his car on the wrong highway, and this life was going on at the beginning. Everyone was very amused that how he was driving so fast. His driving style was very dangerous. Because of this, his followers were increasing, seeing which he was also happy. After that, we see Jessie, who is giving a speech on stage. Because she is a comedian and is making everyone laugh. Here she talks about Kurt. Kurt was also listening to all this, as she tells that she met a guy who was very fond of getting followers on social media, and he blesses him for a very good reason, because now this girl was making fun of the card, and Kurt does not like this at all. Kate was about to shoot her, but the girl then changes her words. But she tells that I was also like Kurt before. I used to be desperate to get people's attention. But now I have retired from social media, and then we see that girl breaks her phone. Here, Kurt, who was going to shoot her, also makes his decision. After that, you see that Kurt gets into a taxi. This taxi was being driven by an old man. Kurt starts talking to him, and after a while, Kurt steals his car. There, another boy asks if I can drop you at your house, but she refuses, and instead of going with this man, she takes a taxi. Here, we see that there was a cat in this taxi. Kurt says here, "Do you recognize me? I am the same boss boy you were talking about." Now, as soon as she starts feeling uncomfortable, she tells him to stop the car, but Kurt doesn't listen to anything she says, doesn't even stop the car, and starts talking about himself, and tells her that let's both of us become a hit on social media together. Jessie, who was very scared, takes a wire from behind to save herself and strangles Kurt. Here, Kurt punches the girl to save himself and makes her unconscious. Kurt shows this girl life and says that you guys tell me what should I do with this girl now. They say how to kill her. Slowly, Kat's followers were increasing, in which some people were commenting negatively. Some were commenting positively, and some were joking. But only then Gad tries to pick up something to kill her. But as she disappears from here, Kurt tries to find her. But the doctor sees that Jessie is inside the car. Now you see that Kurt is running in front of the car, and as soon as the car drives behind him, he is saving his life, and you see that he is running towards his house. He goes to his house, as if behind him, his car crashes into his house, and the walls of their house break. Only then do we see a dead body of a woman lying in their house. That's what they did. They come out here and come and say, "What did you do?" Here we also see Kurt, who, in the hands of the dirty, and he also shoots his father, and this thing is a woman's body has grown. This is Kurt's mother in the same way, and 80 also killed his mother. And now Kurt wanted to shoot Jessie here too, but Kurt's gun is empty as he reverses his car to run away from here, but then drives his car towards the crate at a very high speed. He goes into a low-speed chase to kill him, and he dies there. Here we see that all this was going on in life, and people were very happy to see it. Everyone was commenting and saying that go and see if he is alive or dead. Now she slowly gets out of the car in fear, and goes and sees Kurt, and goes and hits Kurt hard on the face, while so many people were watching the cut, and the cut, and the cut, has taken a picture, and posts it on her social media. And we see that this story has gone viral. And the same story is going on everywhere, and with 80, this movie is getting popular here.